On today's episode of Kult America, we are in Qatari Beach to see how people chill in the Middle East. One of the deceptive things about being in the desert next to the beach is the wind. You could actually mistake this wind for a temperature that's cooler than it is and become terribly, terribly sunburned. Now, I can't say that I agree with all of the cultural differences here, but in terms of not wearing a Speedo, count me in. So one of the things that struck me here in Qatar was the lack of other white people. And that struck me because I was told that this place is very, very much mixed with Europeans and Americans. And in fact, we didn't see any of them. Today, I realized that where we're staying is not where they stay. They stay on this island behind me, which I guess gives all the comforts of the home that they know, and so they don't really tend to venture out. And if you do come to visit Qatar, I would totally encourage you to venture out because the rich culture here is kind of awe-inspiring and will change the way that you see Middle Eastern culture if you're from the same part of the world as I am. When we're at the airport in Qatar, one of my first sights of Qatari men was kind of unusual because they were walking and they were holding eagles on their wrists through the customs line. And it was incredible because we waited for 2 hours in customs, and them being citizens could walk right through fast with eagles on their arm. And that's a pretty unique thing that I've never seen in a different country. So behind me is the Qatari Beach Amphitheater, and what I really dig about this building, and Qatari buildings in general, is that many of them are built to look quite old and cultural despite the fact that they're really modern. So we take a closer look at this piece of art that's made of what seems to be antique metal. You'll find that one of the elements actually is engraved with swastikas, and that is a sour reminder that not only Europe was under the foot of this disgusting ideology, but it spreaded throughout the world. I'm standing in the middle of an amphitheater for the first time in my life, and what I can honestly say is that it's pretty creepy because my voice, at least from my perspective, is very, very, very loud and audible. It's pretty amazing to think that a building like this could be built sonically so that everyone sitting around you could hear what you say. Unbelievable. Behind me is the Golden Mosque. It's probably not made of real gold, but it looks impressive all the same. When I compare this to the other places I've seen in Qatar, I really like how calm and zen it is. I mean, I'm sure that it probably gets more trafficy on the weekends and stuff, but for an early morning, it's a pretty nice place to chill out. It's almost a little bit too easy for Islamic art to win me over because it seems so foreign and exotic, quite beautiful. I'm near an Iranian-style mosque, and one of the interesting differences to note is that there's no sacred imagery on these buildings because that is forbidden in Islam. It's far different from a church. I'm not very knowledgeable of Muslim culture, but I have noticed that next to every mosque we visited is a toilet. I could suspect that so that people could clean themselves before they enter the building, but I don't know. So if you do know, please write me in the comment section below, why are there toilets consistently next to mosques? These three towers behind me are one of the many pieces of art that you'll find in Qatari beach. But it's advisable not to get too close to this one because it's full of birds, and where birds are, bird droppings can also be found. So, we developed a little bit of an appetite wandering around Qatari beach, and for our last stop we decided that we need to eat some local food. So we ordered Turkish Kebab. Seemed like a safe bet, and I think that despite the price, it's quite expensive, it is. This is not covered in garlic sauce as it would be in Europe. It's served quite elegantly. It's really good. The spice doesn't overwhelm or block the taste. Actually, the spice comes afterwards, and that's my favorite way to eat spicy food. So that's Qatari Beach. I was really impressed. I had a good time, I relaxed, and I hope to come back here someday. That is all. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook if you want to see behind the scenes pictures from this journey.